Hi, it's Aneta here from Aneta Yoga Studio and Wellness. How are you today? Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying the weather. And today I'm just popping in to chat with you about a question that I've been asked by one of my students recently. And that is, what's the difference between yoga one-to-one sessions and group classes? It's somebody that's been coming in to my group classes for quite a while. She's really enjoying it, getting lots of benefit from it. And because I've been talking about one-to-one work, and some of my clients have done one-to-one work with me, she was very interested, but couldn't exactly understand what was the difference. And I think it's a brilliant question because how would you know if you've never experienced it? You will not have a point of reference to it. So, what's the difference between private yoga sessions, as I teach yoga and mindfulness sessions and somatic movement, and group classes? And so there is a huge difference. And I really love my classes, and I love, my classes have got 10, 11 people max, and so I know all my students, I know their bodies, I know their tendencies, I know their restrictions in movement, so there is a lot of personal contact with somebody, with all my students in the classes, and I really, really love it. But what I really noticed in the classes is that when I say go deeper or see if you can go deeper into the pose, people who have got tendency to work hard already go even deeper into it. And people who don't, who are much more cautious, just ignore me completely. And it's the other way around. When I say relax deeper, surrender deeper into the pose, people who are comfortable with letting go and surrendering kind of go quite deeply into it, whereas the ones that have got tendency to work quite hard just simply ignore me. And so when you have got even a small class as few people, 6 to 10 people, never mind 20 or 30, all the instructions that are given are kind of for the whole of the group. And there isn't time or space to really go and work with each individual on every single pose. When you come to the private yoga sessions, my whole focus is on you. And so we start with the assessment of your movement, your posture, there are any restrictions in movement, any imbalances within the body. We look at your breathing and how comfortable you are within pranayama, the breath work. We look at the way that you engage within the practice, and also looking at your lifestyle. How is your lifestyle? What's your natural tendency? Are you type A personality that go, go, go and really make things happen? Or are you the person that is quite exhausted and tired and is really struggling with energy levels? All of that will have an impact on the quality of your practice, and really your needs have to be addressed with your practice. And if you don't do that, you're just going to exhaust yourself more, or you're going to cause injury, or any of those things that really will stop you from progressing. And I recently spoke to another lady who said to me she's been going to the gym for 5 years. I think she goes to something like 4 or 5 classes a week. Some Pilates, some Hatha, some other stuff, working with 4 different instructors. She's been doing it for 5 years, and now it feels like she's hitting a wall. She cannot progress any further. And that is for that very simple reason that, the classes are quite general. Yes, they're beautiful and they're brilliant, but they're not your own individual and particular focus. your particular needs need to be addressed with your practice. You need to meet yourself where you are at and really notice what you're doing, because we are creatures of habit. If we've got tendency to work really hard, we will work really hard on our mat. If we've got tendency to be really cautious, or we are in chronic pain, or we've got injury, we will perpetuate the same quality of movement as we do in our daily lives. And sometimes it's very difficult to see it yourself. And within the group class, there is no space for it to be addressed. Parts of it, little bits of it, yes, but not really addressed properly. And also there isn't a time for you to understand yourself and your movement properly. And so private yoga classes are amazing if you want to take your practice onto the next level. If there are certain challenges that you're facing, like restrictions in movement, or imbalances within the body, that kind of stuff as you're standing, any other kind of things like chronic pain or chronic illness, burnout and overwhelm, all of that kind of stuff. If you haven't got time for yourself, for your self-care, if you're feeling a bit lost with your practice, if you can't get your head around relaxation or mindfulness, all of that kind of stuff can be so well addressed in a private yoga sessions. And so if you're doing yoga, if you want to go further, or if you want to really know how to start the home practice and really include yoga in your self-care, daily self-care, then private yoga sessions are for you. And so I have got a couple of spaces coming up over this summer. If you are interested, contact me, reach out, let's have a consultation. We can spend up to 30 minutes chatting, checking what you're doing. When you come in, I will assess you. I often take pictures also of your posture so you see and understand how you hold yourself. And we go from there. Very personalized individual plan, a lot of homework with practice sheets, with meditations, and with videos, and you can create a practice that is just right for you. And so just answering that question, what's the difference between private yoga sessions and group classes? And I hope that makes sense. And I wish you a really wonderful day. Namaste.